Hi, welcome to Ski Talk. I'm Steve Kopitz. I'm the CEO for skis.com. This is John Kirchhoff, our 20-year Nordica rep. Hi, John.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
And I have in my hands here the Nordica Transfire R2. So there are 3 boots in the Transfire line. This is the middle one, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And what can you tell us about the Transfire?
You know, Transfire as a whole, it's 3-piece, 3-buckle, so it's the most modern technology to give the most transfer of energy, the most efficiently back to the ski from the skier. So that's in terms of the shell, in terms of 3-piece design, where there's actually a lower, an upper, and then an independent tongue. So you get really good precision in terms of how we move energy with the wider skis, with rockered skis.
So when you say 3-piece, what's the real benefit of having multiple pieces of a boot kind of put
Good
together?
question. It's just how we actually move the energy, but also one of the other big benefits we talk about often is easier access in and out of the boot, which is huge.
So those people who have a really hard time getting in the boot, or maybe have knee problems where it causes a lot of pain, a 3-piece shell would be easier to move in and out.
It's almost hands-free. Literally, if you lay this on the floor, unblock it, you can step right in.
Put it on your foot yourself?
Yeah, for sure. It's got a remote control. It just jumps right on.
Okay, so micro-adjustable buckles on all 3 buckles, right?
Yep, for sure.
Cuff adjustment, right?
Yep, lateral cuff adjustment.
I also noticed that the sole's got a couple of colors going on. Is that just for looks, or is there a benefit to that?
For looks, for sure, but also there is a performance benefit. So when you're hiking from the car, from the condo up to the lift, a dual durometer sole gives you better grip, better control, will not affect in binding release at all.
So dual durometer meaning one piece is softer than the other piece, which is harder. So the harder for durability, the softer for grip and stuff like that. Okay, what about the liner? What can you tell us about the liner?
You know, all new liner technologies from Nordica this year, which is really cool. It's actually what's called a box cut toe. So it actually has a neoprene toe box that's very sock-like, which is pretty cool. And then a box cut, so it's actually a pre-formed, pre-shaped toe box. So typically when somebody puts a ski boot on, right off the bat they feel wham, they feel the end of the boot. In this case, it's relaxed, so it feels like your favorite pair of skate shoes.
Well, I've owned many Nordicas through my lifetime, and in fitting customers, I've always found Nordica seems to fit the widest range of customers. And that box toe is probably
It's a big part of that, yep, and I think we just raised the game for next year as well.
Yep. All right, I also noticed that there's a little hang tag here about heat ready. What does that mean?
There is, yep. Most of the Nordica boots now come pre-ported to accept heat. So if you have a set of boot heaters for aftermarket, it's easy just to pop through. It's all waterproof too, so you're not actually really ripping up the liner when you do that.
And guys, it's okay to have heaters in your boot. It doesn't mean that...
For sure.
All right, now the flex and the width on this boot, it's a 102 width, which is sort of in the middle, right?
Yep, it's like your favorite pair of running shoes.
And it's a 100 flex. So who's that customer who wants that flex and width?
Solid all-mountain skier. Someone who's confident they're going to be, you know, tackling some of the more advanced terrain. You know, maybe today they're actually skiing on Blue Cruisers, but tomorrow they're aspiring to get to the Black Diamonds.
Okay. And any other features on the boot that we forgot to talk about?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Solid performance.
Okay, great. So that's the Transfire R2 from Nordica. I'm Steve. This is Ski Talk. Thanks for joining us.